Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a table in HTML and how to style it using CSS. So let's do it. And here you can see I have two files. One is an HTML file, table.html, and another one is a CSS file, tablestyle.css. So here I will write HTML and press tab, then it will create a basic structure for us. And inside head and under the title, I will say here link, and inside the link, here you can see we have reference, and here we will give our CSS file reference. So here I will say table style dot CSS, and inside the body we will add a table. So to add a table, we have a tag that is table table, and inside the table we have two parts. One is for header and another one is for main body. So we will write here t head for the header and t body for the table body. And inside the table header we will say we want to add a row, and here we will add 3 columns. So let's say we want to show the student information. Let's say student name and their ID and their result. So I will say here tr to add a row, and then inside the row we will add 3 columns. So in table head actually we have to use th for the column, and inside the body we will, if you want to add column, then we have to mention td here. So for the table head we will use th for the column. So we need 3 columns. So let me just copy it and paste 2 more times, and here I will say student name, here I will say ID, here I will say result. So let me just give a title, and here I will say h1, and I will say student information, okay. And now in the body section we will add column. So to do this we have to add a row first, tr, and then as I mentioned that in the table body if you want to add column, so we have to write td. So let me just copy it 2 more times, and here I will say student name, let's say Yamin, and ID, let's say 1001, and here I will say the result is GPA 5. So let me add some table data. So I will paste it, let's say 3 times, and here I will change the name to Tanvir, and let's say the ID is 2002, and here result is same, and here I will say Wasi, and this is 3 and GPA 5. And if I go to the browser now, we have a table, right? But the problem is our table has no border, and let's do some CSS for this table, then it will look good, right? Okay. So to look table better, let's do some CSS for it. And here I want to do some CSS for the table. So here in the table style.css, I will say table, and then I will say padding of 10 pixel, refresh, okay. And here we will add border for the table header and table, table for the column, right? We want to add border in the column. So th for the table head and td for the table body. So we have to just keep a comma here and space, and then comma space, and now set curly braces, and here I will say I want border of 1 pixel, solid black maybe, okay. Now if I go to the browser and refresh it, here you can see we have border in our table. We'll say border collapse. If I refresh it, now you can see we have a nice table. Now let's add some padding in between columns and right? So we will add padding here also. Let's add some padding of 10 pixel maybe. And if I refresh it, now you can see the result. So here, now let's say we want to change the background color for the table head and all the columns. So we'll say here th. So let's say change the background color for th. Let's say want to add background color of background RGBA, and here to want to add RGBA color, you can go to the browser, and here we have a website that is called RGBA color picker. If you just search it, then you will find a website at the very top of the page, take you to this website, and in this website you can just choose a color. You can change the alpha value also, opacity. So let's say I want to add this color, and now I'll click here, copy, and then I go to the code editor, and here I will paste it. Now refresh here, and here you can see we have changed our table header column color. And now let's do for TD. So I will say here TD, and I want to change the color. So I will say here background, go to the browser, and here let's say we want to add this color. So I will say here RGBA. Okay. Now if I go to the browser and refresh it, and we can see we have changed our body column color also, right? So we can change the, let's say I want to change the border color to white, and now it's look more better, right? You can add shadows also. So if you want to add shadow, here you can, let's say I want to add shadow. So for the th and td, so I will say here th comma td, and here then curly braces, and here I will say box shadow. I will say 0, 0, and 5 pixel. I can set the color also, and here you can see we have added shadow. You can change the color also, shadow color, so no problem. And here you can change the color by using here RGBA. Let's say this color, and if you refresh it, and you can just change color from here also. Let's say I want to use here this color. Yes, and let me just copy it, and I will paste it here, RGBA. If I go to the browser and refresh, so you can see we have effect, shadow effect here. If I zoom in, then you can see. Okay. So this is how you can do CSS for the table. And let's say we want this table in the center of the page. So how to do this? So to do this, in the table, let's say we want to set the position to absolute, so that we can move it from left to right or anywhere else, right? So in the position, I set absolute, and I will say here left, and I will say here left 25%. And if I go to the browser and refresh, and here I can see the result. So this is how you can create table in HTML, and this is how you can add CSS to style your table.